All right, so today we're going to be looking at academic titles in Australia
Mhm.
and how they work and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So you see all these, level C or level E,
Mm.
next to somebody's name, and you're like, what does that even mean?
Right. And it's interesting because it's not just like a name,
Yeah.
it's actually like a whole progression in your career. So, like a roadmap of how academics get more expertise and influence in their careers.
Okay, so like leveling up in a video game or something.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
Um, so how do we even know about this? Where's this information coming from?
So, we're using research from Jared Kenise.
Okay.
He's the CEO of academicjobs.com,
Yeah.
and they have all Australian university jobs in each of these levels.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in an academic career in Australia,
Yeah,
you got to go to academicjobs.com.
for sure.
Sweet. So let's start at the very beginning.
Okay.
Level A, what's
Yeah.
going on there? Those are like the tutors and the research assistants.
Yeah. So that's kind of the entry point for a lot of people. And I think what's interesting about that level is that there's a big emphasis on support and mentorship.
Oh, okay.
So, like, level A academics are surrounded by a lot of more senior colleagues,
Mm.
and they're getting a lot of guidance and support.
So it's not just like, here's your office now, good luck.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
It's more like an apprenticeship almost, where you're sort of learning the ropes.
Okay, so what does that support actually look like? Is it like, here's how you do this, here's how you run this experiment, or is it more just creating like a safe space for them to try things out?
I think it's more about creating a safe space.
Okay.
So, level A academics are definitely encouraged to contribute to teaching and research,
Yeah.
but it's all tailored to their current skill set.
Right.
They're given opportunities to experiment and try new things
Yeah.
without the pressure of like having to be an expert right out of the gate.
Okay, so you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so eventually you got to, level up in this video game analogy. Yeah. So level B, what are we looking at?
Yeah, so at level B, we're talking about lecturers and research fellows.
Okay.
And now things start to get a bit more interesting because at level B, you're expected to make an independent contribution to your field.
Right.
So it's not just learning the ropes anymore. You're actually starting to create something new, whether it's through your teaching or your research.
Independent contribution. That sounds pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So what does that actually involve? Like what kind of pressure comes of that?
Well, it means that you're expected to be more than just competent.
Right.
You're expected to actually have your own ideas. You need to be able to think critically and creatively.
Yeah.
And to actually contribute something original to the academic conversation.
So no more like hiding in the back of the lecture hall or anything like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. And the document actually mentioned that level B academics may supervise postgraduate research students.
Yeah, that's right.
So not only are they forging their own path, but they might be like guiding others as well.
Yeah, mentorship becomes a key part of the role at this level.
Okay.
And it's not just about handing out assignments.
Yeah.
It's about nurturing these like budding academic minds,
Right.
helping them develop their research skills and finding their own voices.
Oh, that's a big responsibility.
Yeah,
So they're shaping the future of academia in a way.
for sure.
Okay, so we've got the basics down. We're making independent contributions. We might even be mentoring some students.
Yeah.
Where do we go from here? What's level C looking like?
All right, so level C, that's when we're really starting to see a focus on impact.
Okay.
So we're talking senior lecturers, senior research fellows,
Right.
and these academics are expected to be making significant contributions to their field, and not just within their own university, but on a national level.
National level. Okay, so we're moving on up. So what does it take to make that kind of impact? Is it publishing groundbreaking research? Is it going to conferences and like presenting your work? What's going on?
It's all of that and more. So level C academics are often leading research projects. They're securing grants. They're publishing in top-tier journals.
Yeah.
And they are presenting their work at national and international conferences.
Okay.
So they're starting to become recognized as experts in their field.
So you're not just contributing to the conversation anymore.
Yeah.
You're shaping the direction of the field.
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty exciting stuff. And I think the document mentioned that they might even be coordinating entire award programs and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
So leadership becomes a much more central part of the role at this level.
Okay.
You're not just responsible for your own research and teaching anymore. You're also influencing the curriculum,
Right.
mentoring junior colleagues, and contributing to the overall direction of your department.
So it's like going from player to coach, but in academia.
Exactly.
You're still in the game, but you're also calling some shots.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay, so now we're at level D. We're getting to like the big leagues here.
Yeah, level D, so we're talking associate professors, readers,
Yeah.
principal lecturers,
Right.
principal research fellows.
Okay, lots of titles, but they all seem pretty high up there.
Yeah, they all point to one thing.
Okay.
These folks are serious academic heavyweights.
Okay, so what separates a level D academic from a level C? Like, what does it mean to make an outstanding contribution, as the document says?
Yeah, so at this level, it's not just about the quantity of your output.
Okay.
It's also about the quality and the impact.
Right.
So level D academics are recognized for their original and innovative contributions to their field.
Okay.
They're publishing in the most prestigious journals,
Right.
winning competitive grants, and their work is actually being cited by other scholars around the world.
So it's not just adding to the pile of knowledge. It's producing work that, like, changes the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's pushing the boundaries of what we know and how we think.
Okay, and I imagine their influence extends beyond their own research, too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So they're often leading large research teams, mentoring PhD students, and contributing to policy discussions at a national level.
So they're like thought leaders shaping the future of their discipline.
Exactly.
Okay, wow, level D sounds pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But I know there's one more rung on this ladder.
That's right.
We got to talk about the peak, the academic Mount Everest,
Yeah.
level E.
Level E. Oh, yeah, the
Right.
elusive level E.
Yeah.
So now we're talking about professors and professorial fellows. This is the top tier, the Academic Hall of Fame.
Right.
These are the individuals who have made truly distinguished contributions to their field
Okay.
and achieved national and often international recognition.
Distinguished contributions? That sounds almost intimidating.
It can be.
What does that even look like? Are we talking Nobel Prize winners here?
It doesn't always have to be a Nobel Prize,
Okay.
but that's certainly within the realm of possibility.
Right.
So these level E academics are the giants in their fields.
Okay.
They're the ones whose work has really shaped the way we understand the world. They're publishing groundbreaking research,
Yeah.
mentoring the next generation of academics,
Yeah.
leading major research initiatives,
Right.
and often contributing to public discourse on important societal issues.
So we're not just talking about academics anymore. We're talking about public intellectuals,
Yeah.
thought leaders who are influencing not just their own field,
Yeah.
the broader conversation about science and culture and society.
Exactly. And what's fascinating about level E, I think,
Yeah.
is it's not just about achieving a certain level of output or recognition.
Okay.
It's about having a profound and lasting impact on the field,
Right.
about leaving a legacy that inspires and challenges future generations of scholars.
So it's not just about climbing the ladder.
No.
It's about leaving your mark on the mountain itself.
Yeah.
That's pretty inspiring. But it also makes me wonder, what are the challenges and trade-offs that come with each of these levels?
Yeah, that's a great question, and one we should definitely explore further. Because while this system offers a really clear path for advancement,
Right.
it also comes with its own set of pressures, expectations, and sometimes even pitfalls.
Okay, so we've climbed the mountain. We've seen the view from the top.
Yeah.
But now let's get real about what it takes to get there and what you might have to sacrifice along the way.
For sure. So before we were looking at all these different levels.
Yeah, from like level A all the way up to level E.
Yeah, and we kind of saw how each level comes with like new challenges and responsibilities, but also opportunities.
Yeah, it's like not just moving up a ladder. It's like evolving as an academic.
Yeah, exactly. And now I think it's time we shift gears a bit
Okay.
and think about what all this actually means for you, the listener.
Yeah, like why should we care about this?
Right. So whether you're just starting to think about an academic career
Yeah.
or you're already kind of in the thick of it,
Yeah.
understanding this system can be super valuable.
I think it's really important. Like if you're on academicjobs.com, which they have every academic job in Australia, it helps you like target your search right.
Absolutely.
You're not just looking for any lecture position. You're looking for a level B lecturer position.
Yeah,
And that gives you a much clearer idea of like what's expected of you.
exactly. You can see what level your current skills and experience might align with
Right.
and start picturing yourself within those roles.
Okay, so say you're on academicjobs.com.
Yeah.
You find a level B position that sounds interesting.
Okay.
You read the description and it says that you may supervise postgraduate students.
Right.
What does good mentorship look like at that level?
That's a great question. And I think supervising students at level B is a unique challenge.
Okay.
Because you're still relatively early in your own career. You're
Oh.
still kind of figuring out,
Finding your feet.
finding your feet as an independent researcher.
Yeah.
And now you're tasked with like guiding others.
So it's like learning to swim while teaching someone else to swim.
Yeah, kind of.
at the same time.
But it's also incredibly rewarding because you get to share your passion for your field.
Yeah.
You get to help students develop those research skills.
Right.
And you really get to see them kind of blossom into independent thinkers.
I bet you learn a lot, too, in that process.
Absolutely. Mentorship is a two-way street.
Yeah.
You learn as much from your students as they learn from you.
Yeah. Okay. I noticed when we were going through the levels earlier that there are some subtle but interesting language shifts in the document.
Oh.
Like at level B, it says an academic is expected to make an independent contribution,
Yeah.
whereas a level E academic makes original, innovative, and distinguished contributions.
Oh, you picked up on something important there.
Okay.
Those little shifts in language actually reveal a lot about like the values and the expectations within academia.
Okay.
So as you move up the ladder, the emphasis moves from simply being competent
Right.
to really pushing the boundaries of knowledge,
Okay.
challenging existing ideas,
Yeah.
and making like a unique and lasting impact on the field.
So it's not just about doing good work.
No,
It's about doing work that changes the game,
exactly.
that changes the conversation.
Yeah.
No pressure. Right?
Well, there's definitely a certain level of pressure, especially as you move into those higher levels.
Yeah.
But it's also incredibly exciting, you know?
Yeah.
Imagine the thrill of discovering something truly new,
Yeah.
something that changes how we understand the world.
Yeah. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
But it makes me think about those academics who are really passionate about teaching,
Yeah.
who love working with students,
Yeah.
but they might not be driven by that like pressure to constantly innovate and publish groundbreaking research.
Right.
Where do they fit into this system?
That's such a crucial point, and it's one of the, I guess, potential tensions within this system.
Oh.
So while research is definitely highly valued at all levels,
Yeah.
the pressure to publish and to secure grants really increases as you move up the ladder.
So would it be more fulfilling for someone like that
Yeah.
to focus on those levels where teaching excellence is really emphasized?
Absolutely.
Like maybe a level C position where they can lead a program or develop innovative teaching methods.
For sure. And I think it's important to remember that there are many different pathways within academia.
Okay.
Not everyone needs to aspire to be a level E professor.
Right.
There's immense value in being a skilled and dedicated teacher,
Yeah.
a mentor to students,
Right.
and a contributor to the intellectual life of your university.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes this system pushes everyone towards that level E ideal.
I think that's a really valid observation.
Yeah.
And it raises some important questions about how we value different forms of academic contributions.
Like, is it even possible to achieve like that top level recognition
Yeah.
for excellence in teaching?
Exactly.
Or does the system just inherently favor research?
It's a complex issue for sure.
Yeah, it makes me think about those academics who might have taken a less traditional path.
Right?
Maybe someone who spent time in industry before entering academia.
Yeah.
Or someone who's really heavily involved in like community engagement work.
Yeah.
How does their experience fit into this system of levels?
That's a great point. And this is where I think the system can sometimes feel a bit rigid because those levels are often tied to specific metrics,
Yeah.
like publications and grants.
Right.
And it can be challenging for academics with diverse experiences to actually demonstrate their expertise in a way that kind of fits neatly into those categories.
So someone could have years of practical experience
Yeah.
that would be super valuable to a university,
Absolutely.
but they might struggle to climb the ladder because they don't have that publication record.
Exactly. And that's a valid critique of the system. You know, are
Yeah.
we potentially missing out on talented individuals
Right.
because our metrics for success are too narrow?
Yeah, it sounds like we need a system that's more flexible,
Yeah.
that recognizes and values a wider range of skills and experiences.
I agree.
Maybe that's a deep dive for another day,
Yeah, for sure.
but definitely food for thought.
Absolutely.
So let's bring it back to our main focus today. These academic levels in Australia
Yeah.
and what they mean for you, the listener.
Yeah.
We've talked about the different levels, the expectations, the
Yep.
potential challenges.
Right.
But what about the broader implications?
Yeah.
What does this system tell us about how academia values knowledge and expertise?
That's a great question.
Because ultimately, these levels create a hierarchy, right?
Well-
Like a system where some voices are seen as more authoritative than others.
That's right. And while hierarchies can have their benefits,
Yeah.
they also come with potential downsides.
Right.
So let's unpack that a bit. What are the potential benefits and drawbacks of this system?
Okay.
And how does it actually impact the pursuit of knowledge? So we were just talking about,
This hierarchy in the academic world.
yeah, is it a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah. Like, does it help or does it hurt the way we, you know, create and share knowledge?
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? And
Yeah.
like most things in academia, I think the answer is it's complicated.
Okay.
There are definitely some benefits to having a system. Yeah.
That recognizes and rewards expertise.
Right. Because if everyone's voice carries equal weight,
Yeah.
regardless of, their experience or how much they know,
Mm.
it could just lead to a lot of noise and misinformation.
Exactly. Having a system that elevates those who've demonstrated that they really deeply understand their field,
Yeah.
I think can help to ensure quality control
Oh.
and maintain standards.
Right.
And I think it can also be really motivating for academics
Yeah.
who are working their way up the ladder,
Yeah.
knowing that their hard work and their contributions will be acknowledged and rewarded
Right.
can be a powerful incentive.
Yeah. It's like that sense of accomplishment you get when you level up in a video game.
Exactly.
You put in the work,
Yeah.
you've mastered the skills, and now you're being recognized for it.
Yeah.
But there's always a but.
There's always a but.
What about the downsides?
Right.
Like we were talking about earlier, how the system could favor
Yeah.
certain types of academics over others.
That's definitely a valid concern. And there's also the potential for the system to actually stifle creativity and discourage dissent. So if like a junior academic is looking up at these,
Yeah.
super high-level academics,
Yeah, those big names at the top.
yeah, they might be hesitant to challenge their ideas,
For sure.
even if they have valid criticisms.
Absolutely, because who wants to risk their career
Right.
by, disagreeing with a level E professor?
Yeah, it'd be academic suicide.
Pretty much. And that can create an environment where certain ideas become really entrenched,
Yeah.
even if they're outdated or flawed.
Right.
And it can make it really difficult for new perspectives
Yeah.
and approaches to gain traction.
Yeah, it's like that saying, science progresses one funeral at a time.
Right.
Sometimes it takes a new generation to come
Yeah.
in and challenge the old guard.
Exactly.
But if the new generation is too intimidated to speak up,
Yeah.
then progress stagnates.
That's right. And I think it's also worth thinking about the pressure cooker environment that this system creates.
Yeah. Like the whole publish or perish culture,
It's real.
it's very real.
Yeah.
And it can lead to academics feeling like they're constantly on a treadmill just churning out research
Just to keep up.
just to keep up with
Yeah.
the demands of the system.
And when you're so focused on hitting those metrics,
Yeah.
like getting that next publication or that next grant,
Yeah.
it's easy to lose sight of
The bigger picture,
the bigger picture.
the joy of discovery.
Yeah. The passion for your subject.
Absolutely. And that can lead to burnout, dissatisfaction,
Yeah.
even a sense of disillusionment with academia.
So it seems like this system, like most things in life, is kind of a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
It can encourage excellence
Yeah.
and reward people who make really significant contributions to their field,
Absolutely.
but it can also create a culture of fear,
Yeah.
conformity, and relentless pressure.
That's a really good summary, I think.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's so important to have these conversations, to
Why?
critically examine the systems we've created. Yeah. And to think about how we can make them better.
Yeah.
Like, how can we foster a culture that values both excellence and diversity,
Right.
that rewards innovation,
Yeah.
but also encourages critical thinking and dissent?
Those are big questions.
Yeah.
And I don't think there are any easy answers.
No.
But I think it's important for every academic
Yeah.
at every level to at least be asking these questions
Absolutely.
and to be part of the conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
So to our listeners out there,
Yeah.
whether you're dreaming of becoming a level E professor or you're happy just forging your own path,
Yeah.
remember,
Don't just accept the system as it is.
yeah, question it.
Challenge it
Yeah, think about how we can make it better,
for everyone.
more equitable,
Yeah.
more supportive.
More intellectually stimulating.
Yeah,
And if you are looking for your next academic adventure,
yes,
be sure to check out academicjobs.com.
they've got it all.
They've got it all. They've got listings for every level at every university across Australia.
So go explore, find your niche, make your mark on the world of knowledge.
Exactly.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Until next time, keep those brains buzzing.